Hey guys, it's Mr. Marquis. I'm going to teach you a little music lesson today, so should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. I'm really sad that we're on this coronavirus, and it's kind of hard to see you guys, but at least you get to see me here, and I think that's kind of cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about digital music. That's music that you can do on a computer or a phone, or even something like this. A keyboard that you plug in. So we're going to talk a little bit about digital music, and the reason we're really getting into this is you might want to be making music at home while you're not going to school, but you might not have exactly instruments laying around, or you might not know how to use them. So I want to show you a couple things that you can do without an instrument. First of all, the best way to learn to play piano, and I'm going to show you some piano tricks today, is probably just to get a keyboard. You might have one laying around your house, you probably don't. But ask your parents, ask their friends and family. I know a million people that have them laying around their garage and they thought they were going to be piano players one day, and now they're just collecting dust. So they'd probably surely let you borrow it. All right, other than that, I want to show you a couple things that you can do on your tablet. Pardon me here. Sorry, I'm not so used to teaching from the piano here. So, on your tablet, there are some apps you can get. These are all free apps. Some have pay functions, some don't, but you do not need to buy anything. Don't buy anything, you don't need it. The free version is awesome, and it's really all you're gonna need. If you are an Apple user, that means you have an iPad, iPhones, a Mac, what you wanna go on is a GarageBand. It is an awesome app, it's absolutely free. I've used it for years. It's such a fun app. You can make music. I'll show you that app in just a minute. Now, if you have an Android, there's a couple other things you can do. I have looked these up because I don't have an Android, so I can't show you an Android. I'm sorry, I just don't happen to have those devices. But I've heard and I've read that these are two of the better ones, and they're both free. Virtual Piano Trainer and Perfect Piano. All right, so let's show a little bit about, there it is, GarageBand. And yes, that's my Raiders in the background. Okay, this is GarageBand. All I'm gonna do to start this off is hit create a song. It's gonna bring up some different instruments that I can use. You can make drum beats in here. They have world instruments. Those are instruments that are from different countries. Guitar, bass, strings. You can record your voice as an amplifier if you do play guitar. You can make drum beats that are electronic to go along, but what I really want to show you right now is the keyboard. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the smart piano. This is just a fun way to play with music where you can really learn some stuff. So let me turn my sound up to make sure I'm doing it. Today we're going to learn four chords, and we'll talk about what a chord is in a second. But chords have names, and their names are just letters. So the four chords we're going to learn today are G, C, F, and then the other one has kind of a funny name. It's called A minor. It's just a different version of A. It's a sadder version. Now, we've talked about minor before in class, so you might remember what we mean there. It's just kind of a sadder sound. So the chords we're using today are A minor, G, C, and F. And what's cool about this one is you don't even need to know how to play the piano, but you can make up cool beats and sounds. So we're just gonna play this one, this one, this one, and this one. And if you want it to be a high sound, if you want it to be low, you play low. They're all C's, they're just at different levels. On a piano, it would be the same thing. You would have your C here, low, and I'm just hitting the same note each time. Mess that one up a little. Now the last one's so high you can barely even hear it. So, if you want to play the note high, if you want to play it a little high but not that high, so if you mix these four chords together, you can really have something. Here's A minor, here's G, here's C, and here's F. So you just kind of play with them. I'm not going to even play anything in specific, but it will sound kind of cool. And you can just play with that. You don't like it that high? Put it low. So that's just something you can play with. It's pretty cool. Now, the next thing I'd like to show you, I'm just going to go ahead and open a new song and change it out, is the actual piano keyboard. Now, this is cool. You can actually play the notes. And that's a C note. We'll talk about that in a second. But you can play with both fingers at the same time. It is a little small. I've done it on my phone, honestly, guys. And I've recorded off my phone before with one hand, and it sounds pretty cool. So it can be done. If your parents have a phone that they might let you use, if you have a tablet at home, you can get a keyboard like this. Remember, I showed you some apps a minute ago. All right, so let's go into the piano, okay? What are we learning about today? We're learning about chords and how are we gonna play them. First of all, what is a chord? A chord is when you put several notes together to make one note, and it sounds full and it sounds rich. So we're gonna start with C. Come over here. All right. By the way, guys, my wife's viewing. Say hi, Mrs. Marquis.
Hi.
All right. So when you play chords, you're going to be playing 3 notes at a time. Now, we're going to look for the note C. How do you find the C? C is easy to find on any keyboard. Find a place where there are 2 black keys together. That's all you do. There's a lot, that happens a lot. 2 black keys together. These are 3 black keys, so you don't want those. So it's going to go 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 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 and on and on and on. So you find 2 black keys together. Then you just go to the note right before them. That's the key right there, and that's how we find C. C is the most common key in music. So as musicians, we're not like the people that write the dictionary. We start on C and not A, sorry. So here we go, C. Find the 2, next key. If you did want to find A, how would you find that? I wonder. Well, this is B. So what comes before B in the alphabet? A. Excuse me, I hit that terribly wrong. So, find your C. B, A. So if this is A, B, C, this must be D, E, F, G. Unfortunately, in music, there is no H. There never has been. I don't think there ever will be, but you never know. So it just goes from A to G. So where do you go after G? Pretty simple. G, just go back to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And where do we go from there? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Next week, I'm going to put up another video that teaches you a little bit more about those. But for now, let's just get started with playing our 4 chords. Our 4 chords are really simple to play, and I love them. So let's find our C. There it is. Okay? All you have to do for these chords I'm showing you today is play 1 note, skip a white key, the next, skip the next key, and there. They are all played like this. You need to play... Sorry, let me get this on. You need to play like this claw. This is my Jurassic World claw. It's actually not mine, it's my son's. They were really fun. I like them. But I want you to think about the claw, because the claw is what's going to help you so much so you can move your chords and play different chords and eventually get into playing songs. So you want to keep 3 fingers like a claw. What I mean by that is when you play, you want to keep those fingers in there like a claw. And when you move to another chord, you're going to go with the whole claw right like it is, and boom. Boom. These, I don't want to see the nails move at all. Here we go. Now I'm gonna go down to G. Notice I keep the claw. I'm gonna go to A minor. I'm gonna go down to F. Do you notice that it's just your thumb? And you skip, put this finger down, but we're skipping this finger, and we're skipping this key, so we're just gonna put it up. Now we put down our middle finger. We're gonna hit that one. This one lines up right here, you see that? We're not using our fourth finger at all. We're gonna use our pinky. So we use our thumb, skip one, skip a key, middle finger, skip one, skip a key, pinky. And the 4 chords we're learning today are A minor, C, F, and G. Notice my hand stays in the claw. I never move it. Watch. A minor, C, F, G. Now you guys might be thinking, how do you know what chords you're playing? Well, it's really, really easy. Come on back here, Erica. Sorry, Mrs. Marquis. So it's really easy. Here's what we do. We find our C. So you're gonna find the 2 black keys, and you're gonna go to the key right before it, okay? That's C. Remember, our C is our thumb, our middle finger, and our little ring finger, and we're gonna skip a key in between. For all of these chords, you don't need to worry about these black keys at all. I've made it simple. So, we know this is C because these are our C. We starts on C. C, that's gonna be D, so this is E. That's gonna be F, so this is G. So if I wanna play an F chord, I need to find out what note is F. What note is F? So let's start on our C. C, D, E, F. So F is the same claw, but you just start on the first note of F. And then from F, we go to G, and we skip G. Remember, we're skipping G. We go to our middle finger, we're gonna play that, and we know that's an A because we don't have an H. This is B, we're gonna skip B because we're only using every other finger. And of course, we're back to what here? C. So that's your F. Say you wanna play G. Well, I know this is F. What comes right after F? G. So G is just G, skip one, middle finger, skip one, play them all together. Remember, the claw. All right, so basically, let me show you a little bit on what we're gonna do, and I'll finish you out because I feel like I've been taking forever. So here we go. C, how do we find it? We find 2 black keys. You'll find 2 black keys together. There are only 2 ways you're gonna find black keys. They're either in a group of 3 or they're in a group of 2. That's it. Group of 3, group of 2, group of 3, group of 2. So find 2 black keys, go to the white key right before it. That's your C. If you want to start on A, what do? You just B, A. Okay? When you want to play these 4 chords, which again are A minor. So then we go A, B, C, C, just every other finger. And then we're going to go to F. So we're at C, D, E, F. And then next, of course, is G. And we just keep the claw and play G. All right? When you first start playing chords, you can kind of start off with one hand. And I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do online here. Let me show you this video. Okay, this guy plays guitar. And I still love it because he's going to show you 10 popular songs that you can play with the chords C, F, G, and A minor. And we just learned them. They're very easy, just 3 keys at a time. So here we go.
Stay With Me by Sam Smith. 1,
He's going to show you this.
3. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all
Do you see where it's highlighted? And then you see these lines down here? That's how many times you play it.
to see. But darling, stay with me.
Okay. I'm going to turn down my volume so you can't hear it. And I'm going to back this up just a touch. Okay. So what you want to do, here we go. Sorry. Is come down here, Erica? We have A minor. And then we have. Don't worry, the sound's off. Don't pay attention here, but look it up here. So when it says A minor, we know our A minor. We found our C, B, A, just every other finger. And it has 2 marks, so we play it twice. Then we have the F. Sorry. Not me. Then we have the F. So you see, let's start again. I'm sorry. I'm not so used to teaching online, guys. All right, here we go. A minor. We found our C, B, A, every other finger. It has two slashes, so we go. And then we have to go to F, which is just right down here. And you can just start out like that. Next week, I'll show you how to play it a little bit better. At least, hopefully we can get to 2 hands. It's gonna sound something like this. But this week, for that, before that, 1 hand. Right hand or left hand, you can work with both, because eventually, as you've seen people play piano, they use 2 hands. So, you're gonna go 1 hand at a time, again. A. Anyhow, I think I've taken enough of your time. Please watch this video more than once. Take a look at the YouTube video that's gonna be attached to this video. It's gonna teach you 10 popular songs, and they all use those 4 chords. So remember, we got GarageBand on Apple, Android, virtual piano trayer, perfect piano. Find something you can even play on a phone. I've done it on my phone many times. Don't pay for these apps because they're free. All right, and get your parents' permission. All right, great to see you guys again. I hope.